Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the video with the Roshake Redemption, and today I've got another Fallout 4 analysis video for you guys. And this time around, folks, I'm going to be discussing some of the new information revealed by Bethesda in their special video series, which gave us some important information on strength and perception in Fallout 4. As always, I'll provide a link to those videos down below in the description, so be sure to check them out. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off here with the strength video. And for starters, we learned that strength will definitely affect your carry weight in Fallout 4, which really isn't much of a surprise. And we also found out that strength is definitely connected to how high your melee and unarmed skills are in some manner, which is also not really much of a surprise. Next, we get confirmation that the Little Leaguer perk is returning for Fallout 4. Recall that in Fallout 3, this perk added +5 to both melee weapons and explosives, which we don't technically know if it's going to do the exact same thing in Fallout 4, or if it's even necessarily called the same thing, but I think it's safe to assume that it'll be doing something along the same lines. Also, there's a good chance this perk is going to have multiple ranks, since it did have multiple ranks back in Fallout 3 as well. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but at this point in the video, I was sort of thinking to myself, this is not really all that interesting or mind-blowing, and the reason I say this is that everything revealed so far was pretty much already implemented in one of the previous Fallout games. However, it's actually at this point, in the last 30 seconds of the strength video, that things really start to get interesting. Towards the end, Bethesda reveals two all-new unnamed perks, one of which allows you to craft better armor and more protective gear, and the other of which allows you to craft better weapons. And the first thing that came to mind when these were revealed is the Skyrim smithing system, which I'm sorry for making this comparison because most of the time it's not really appropriate to compare Skyrim and Fallout in every single aspect, but in this case I feel like it sort of fits. The reason why these perks brought smithing to mind is that in previous Fallout games, there wasn't really any perk or skill that directly affected how good the weapons and armor that you made were. Sure, repair skill did affect starting condition, but unlike smithing, there wasn't anything that allowed you to make inherently superior weapons, armor, gear, etc. With these two perks, however, all that is going to completely change, because by maxing out these two perks, you will be able to create better armor, more effective weapons, and so on. I don't think I can emphasize how huge an addition to the game this is, guys. By including perks that are directly connected to weapon and armor crafting, Bethesda has essentially done two things here. One, in all likelihood, the best types of weapons will be those that you craft yourself going forward in Fallout 4, and as such, the ceiling for your character is much higher with these perks, and it makes the crafting system all that cooler in Fallout 4. And two, it adds a ton of replay value to the game. Back in the days of Skyrim, one of my favorite things to do was try and craft the best weapons in the game. I spent hours maxing out my smithing skill, choosing the appropriate perks, making potions, and stuff of that nature so that I could craft the best types of weapons in the game. And now, with these two perks, the process of creating a weapon isn't nearly as simple as in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Now, between weapon customization and the fact that you can use perks to make your weapons better, the crafting system is undoubtedly going to be a central part of Fallout 4. Alright, now that was pretty much all I pulled out from the strength video, so let's go ahead and move on to perception now. The first thing we learned, and this is definitely something new from the previous Fallout games, is that perception will actually directly affect your accuracy in V.A.T.S, which with how useful V.A.T.S is in Fallout games in general, perception is going to be an incredibly important attribute going forward. Additionally, perception also appears to affect your lockpicking and sneaking skills, which is also something new. And one other thing I noticed, which if my theory is true, then holy crap, this is yet another reason why Fallout 4 is going to be epic. But in the video, Bethesda showed the Vault Boy actually stealing somebody's magazine straight out of their gun while they had it equipped, which is not necessarily the biggest addition in the world if you can actually do something like that, but it's a nice and interesting little side feature if Bethesda does decide to implement that into the game. Finally, let's go ahead and talk perks here. Once again, there were 3 perks revealed by Bethesda in this video that fall under the perception skill. For starters, there's a perk that provides more information about the surrounding terrain, as well as about the enemies when you're in combat against them, which is something that had been theorized before, as in the E3 trailer for Fallout 4, we actually saw that the heads-up display showed different information on enemies at different points in the footage, so it would seem that this unnamed perk would allow one to divine more information about who they're actually fighting against when in combat. Next, there's a perk that somehow affects your explosives and how you use them, which unfortunately is all we really know at this point. And finally, there's just a perk that increases your accuracy with long range and sniper weapons, which is even more reason for sneak characters to have high perception, as according to Bethesda's video, it increases long distance weapon accuracy, sneak skill, and V.A.T.S accuracy, all of which are essential for sneak characters. So basically, if there's one thing to pull out of the perception video released by Bethesda, it's that perception is an essential skill if you want to use a sneaky playstyle. Alright folks, and that pretty much does it for the information revealed by Bethesda in these two special series videos. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe for more Fallout 4 content in the future. Additionally, if I missed anything important in my analysis of these two videos, then feel free to leave me a comment down below letting me know. And also, speaking of comments, congrats to Dual Gamer Loki for winning last week's comment contest. If you'd like to win next week's contest, all you have to do is leave me a 2 to 3 cents comment below expressing your thoughts on all of this new info, and you'll have a great shot to win this little weekly game. Otherwise, thanks once again for watching, and I will see you in my next video.